Hey there, it's Jeannie from Blaha. Take walk with your angels. Enjoyflames.com. How is your August going so far? How did your July go? For a little review, July again was about handing things over, right? Kind of just surrendering it up, right? Even though that word might not be something that's really comfortable in our vocabulary. We've been raised up in a lot of that dogma of it. You push through things and force things to happen and keep barreling through and cutting through things and knocking down walls and all that jazz. You can hear some of my husky laughing in the background. So yes, then right after I had posted last video in July regarding that, the guides came in really strongly and said, here's another word that you can present that might be a little easier for us to stomach, especially if we've been raised up in that, right? That you just have to barrel on through things rather than yield them over. That was the word they chose. Instead of thinking, well, what is this fine, delicate balance between me doing whatever I can do in my part and then really allowing the universe to take over? Isn't that what it's about, kind of? So yes, I really feel for people who say to me, well, I don't really believe in anything outside myself, because that's a whole heck of a lot of pressure on your own shoulders to make things happen. To even, if you think as yourself as a creator, as an artist, even that is a much heavier burden if you think you gotta do it all yourself. And in fact, just last night, some of those in the quantum who have passed of cancer reminded me, please share again that many of us passed with different kinds of diseases or imbalances, sicknesses, or even just anxiety and depression and just not wanting to be in form anymore over not being able to open ourselves up to let in the assistance that's available, to let in the people who can connect with our cosmic dots magically and show up in a way that derives much purpose for them and much purpose for us. So think about that every time you're thinking, wow, I can't really ask for help for this, or I don't know if I'm supposed to be getting this kind of assistance because maybe I don't think I deserve it, or I didn't work hard enough for it. You choosing to be in form is the effort and exertion that it is being called for in order to deserve. You deserve that birth. Before you took on all these other achievements and productions and certificates and degrees and awards and rewards and whatever, even if you've chosen the life of just being, that's enough. That's more than enough. So they reminded me in the quantum last night, please share that on again, that if we don't allow ourselves to connect with others, to allow in the assistance, we're also cutting off other people's purpose from being really displayed and celebrated and honored and respected and for the lavish sense of just being in your life and them being in theirs. So consider that this yielding process has something to do with allowing other people to shine too. How about that? So what now is August? What are we thinking about in August? What's been just sifting through the ethers? Have you felt it? Have you felt this sense of like, okay, I've been yielding, and these unbelievable kinds of examples, perhaps you might call them, or revealings, or suggestions, recommendations, different sightings of some kind that are popping in all through your life, and you're saying, can I yield to that though? I never imagined that. That's unknown to me. I don't know what I will do with that. How am I going to handle that, right? This could be in regards to career, to a love of your life, to animal care, to your community, to your children, to your mate, any of this, right? Where we get into that, but I've never done it before. I don't know how to do that. Why am I being instructed to do that? I don't think I can handle that. So what is the catch on this one? Okay, so it's that, again, that delicate balance besides too, and around. The setting the intention of what you do desire to live, because you know in your gut it can help a lot of people. It's not just about you. It's probably not at all about you. That's what you'll hear as you go along further and further in all of your evolution through whatever lifetime you're deciding to take form, the concurrent ones or this one right now. You're going to hear more and more it's not about you. Get out of your way. Get out of the way, right? So what does that mean? So that means that we can have these inexplicable, unbelievable, unimaginable, fantastical answers and messages coming to us, and we're thinking, we get right into that thinking of, but how am I going to make that happen? I don't know how to put that together. I don't know how to make a patent. I don't know what it takes to have an LLC. I don't know what it takes. How am I going to find all the people that are going to help me with the nonprofit and etc.? Guess what? That's where the yielding comes in, because it's not on us to figure out the how. The universe is fantastic if we hand it on over. And all of a sudden, these magical encounters start to happen. These magical phone calls and emails and things start to ride. And why am I excited about this? Because I'm watching this already. We're only on the 11th, right? And I'm seeing the phones ringing off the hook for people that decided in July that they were going to just yield and say, forget it. Forget it. I'm going to quit trying to do it all myself. I'm going to quit trying to figure it out. I'm going to quit trying to think that I have to do one more thing to attract my magic mate. Right? You yielded. Now, some of these funny answers that can come into play, right? There can be hilarious answers that you're going, I'm never going to do that. I'm not going to just get on a plane and go to Greece because that's the message that I heard. Why not? If your desire is strong enough, you will heed and you will yield to and you will receive those messages and those signs of, I don't care how outlandish they seem. Where do you think they're coming from? They're all coming from these places that we call out of the blue, right? And again, the unknown is delicious. You know why I say that? Because if you keep following the path of everything that you've only known, you're only going to land where you've only known. If you are not absolutely in bliss right now or in joy or in peace with where you are, consider that that unknown is probably got a lot more tantalizing outcome to it than if you keep following the road that you've known. Those patterns of behavior, those belief systems, those ideas, those thoughts, are they yours anyway? Did you come into this earth planet, into this form that you're in right now, believing that you couldn't do something? No. You never came in with that belief. You didn't believe that you weren't going to be able to live your dreams and be in your desired reality with every component that you ever wished for in any lifetime. You did not land that way. You might have started being instructed or such, or you started hearing those lessons and those little messages that came in from mentors, teachers, relatives, community that said, you can't do this though. Are you thinking you're gonna do that? Who are you? You think you're something special? You think you're something different than the rest of us? No, everybody is capable of these infinite possibilities. That is why if you can decide, I'm gonna yield to the unknown. I'm gonna, guess what? I'm gonna trust it. I'm gonna trust that it has a bigger picture for me than I have for myself. It has a more infinite idea of what I'm actually capable of, the things that I actually came here to do and be. It has the big picture view, just as your guides and angels do. If you don't have connection to your angels and guides, that's totally cool. It might make it a little more challenging for yourself if you think you got to come up with it all on your own. Because, and guess what else that can be? That can be ego saying, I'm the only one that knows you. I'm the only one that's going to drive your life forward. I'm the only one that can make sure all these pieces come together in the exact right way. Guess what? I usually don't run into people who are being kept too big by their egos. It's the other way around. It's the ego that's keeping them downsized, that's saying, you got to do this all yourself. You can't allow this extra person that comes in that wants to help market you, that wants to help assist you in that show that you're doing, that this other lady that you just met last week that said, I can help you with that. And you said, no, that's okay. That's why those in the quantum are suggesting yield and then trust. You know, I get it. Faith is a weird word. Sometimes it can be really heavy if you've been raised up in that idea that faith means give up and you don't have a say, and that something, this big man in the sky is going to come over and tell you exactly how you have to run your life, and it's not going to be very fun, this kind of thing. So if faith is not a good word for you, if it has a heavy vibration or a frequency state of it that feels yucky or heavy, don't use that. Go back towards, why can't I trust my essential self? You want to keep it all on your essential self, that's perfectly fine. Your energy prior to any form, right? Because that's all you, and it's bigger than that. The whole point of this is not to be scared by what you yield to and not being afraid of the unknown and then saying, here's an example they gave me today, as far as like an analogy. When you were a child, think back to an experience that you had that you said, even though I've never done this before, I'm so excited. I can barely sleep. I can't even eat. I'm just so excited. It could have been your first horseback ride, your first day at school, your first day that you went to see your grandparents that you recall. because we've been seeing, many relatives throughout our life, and we don't always have the memory, perhaps, of it. But you could go back to an instance where you're like, oh my God, I was 3 years old and we were going to my grandparents. I remember we were driving and I was so excited that I had to keep asking my dad to stop the car and so I could go use the restroom. Whatever the case may be, go back, quantum leap to a past experience where you were super excited about the unknown. Now, as soon as you encapsulate that feeling and feel that rev of that, jump that back into your now with whatever you happen to be facing with the unknown. Here's another thing. Think about how, as adults, oftentimes we get afraid of a move and we start getting all anxious and worried, and we think, oh my gosh, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if instead you started thinking, oh my gosh, as a little kid, you would have said, who am I going to get to meet? How many more people am I going to get to play with? How many more people am I going to be able to talk about the things that I'm really excited about that I know I want to do in the world? Maybe I'm going to become an astronomer, or I've always known that I was going to be a cop, or whatever, and I'm going to go into this neighborhood and I'm going to meet these new friends, and look at that, I just met this kid's dad is a cop and I can ask him all about it. The excitement of the unknown. That is that delicate balance between setting your intentions and then handing them over, surrendering them over. You don't like the word surrender? Remember, yield. I'm yielding. I'm letting this go, letting the universe get behind it, letting things gel up and build this magnificent tort that you get to eat. So why are we afraid of the known? Only because somewhere along the line we decided that the unknown was something that would bring us disappointment, or that we'd be disenchanted, or we'd be thinking, gosh, I really thought I could do that and then it turned out I didn't. I failed at it. Did you? Did you really fail at that thing that's haunting you? Or did it just turn you around a corner to lead you to a different experience that you're loving actually even more now? Take yourself off those hooks that say that you're on the wrong path. There's no such thing, ever. There's no such thing. Every single detour is just pointing us in a different direction that's actually more in alignment with our essential selves and our guides and our angels and those that are assisting us even here in form, saying, but I noticed you were more enjoying when you were doing this. You're making yourself do this other thing that you don't really even like. Hire that out, hand it over. That's the yielding aspect. And allowing people to be connected to you, like as they say in the quantum, it can prevent cancer, to be able to receive assistance, to be able to receive other people pitching in with their purposes and their souls, and you saying yes to them. Plus, again, don't forget, you're giving them a gift. Every time somebody gets to help you, you're giving them a gift. Just as when you help somebody and how good that feels to you, think about that, how good they get to feel. They matter. They've made a difference the day that they help you. That's huge. We need that on the planet more than anything right now. What's the #1 cause of depression? According to those in the quantum, it's people feeling off purpose, that they don't have a reason for being here. So allow people to have a purpose in your life just as you want to be making a difference and having a purpose in theirs. Enjoy your August and trust. This is the month of trust, and see what happens each time that you are trusting the unknown and you trust again, and then another piece comes in, and it's like this beautiful masterpiece of a puzzle that's coming together, and you're going, man, if I hadn't trusted my gut on that person, or I hadn't trusted the sense that I had to go driving down this road I've never been on before, I had to climb up this rock that I have never done before, I had to take a rhinoceros safari that I've never done before, whatever, it doesn't matter what it is. But delight in the unknown, give it a go, trust, go with that yielding aspect and see what happens out of that. See you next month. This is Jeannie with Take Walk with Your Angels and JoyFlames.com. Peace.